Today we're rehearsing music for a concert that we're doing on the Octave Day of Easter. That's the Sunday after Easter. We always have a big concert that day. Usually we bring in an outside organist, celebrity organist. This year we're going to do the concert ourselves, the three organists here, myself included, and brass quintet, so music for organ and brass. It's phenomenal. I mean, being one of the largest churches in the world, I think one of the top 10 largest churches in the world, with amazing music staff. We have phenomenal musicians, 2 organists, my associate director of music, assistant director of music, and a professional choir of 16 singers. And they are the best singers in Washington, D.C. So. I started working at the Basilica in July of 1997. I was teaching at the time and thought that's where my career was going to go, but I really missed making music in church. Let's see. And the position opened up for assistant organist at the time. So I applied and I got the position as assistant organist. 2 years later, I was made assistant director of music, and 2 years after that, director of music. It was just da-da-deep bump bop bop, just aim for that, da-da-deep bump bop, just to set it. So I didn't walk in the door with vision for how it would be 20 years later, but lots of mental notes along the way, and always tried to improve what I did every year, whether when it was I was assistant or as director. What's good acoustics for, let's say, a pipe organ may not be the best acoustics for an orchestra or for a choir. So it's a very, very big space. So there's no choir in the world that would fill up the space. So we do amplify the sounds of the choir. The organs are very happy in a large space, right? So almost the bigger the better in terms of the acoustic. When you have the left hand, bop, da, 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 those pipes speak a little bit slower. So if you'd be right on top of those. But in general, the sound as it travels through the room is something that you would not experience anywhere else. So it's part of the overall coming to a sacred space and having it sound different, having it smell different, which is why we use incense, clearly having it look different. So all those things contribute to taking one outside of the mundane, the everyday world, and putting them into a space that somehow evokes the spiritual. One. Playing the organ for liturgy is fantastic because in some ways it's almost like you're at one with what's going on in the liturgy. In many ways, you're either assisting people feel what is happening at that moment, whether this is a time for meditation, this is a time to pay attention to the gospel, this is a time to feel it's the Easter joy or the mood of Lent or Advent. And when you're sitting at the organ, you can create that mood. Almost. Here we go, measure numbers. Before D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 before D. Every Sunday, there just might be that special moment where the choir sings a piece particularly well, or the hymns are done well. It just comes together and it just feels, I don't know, it's elevating in a sense. And there have been many moments like that throughout my time where I thought that's really special, and those are moments that stick with me. But it's those moments in the context of worship where everything goes just right and you're not paying attention to the detail, and just the music and the liturgy somehow just elevate you. And those are really special moments, and moments that stick with you.